Hey, thanks for clicking on this video. In this video, I want to talk about Cura. Cura is a free slicing software for 3D printers, just about any 3D printer out there. So enjoy this video. So you'll type in Cura, and it's from the Ultimaker, and that's a very expensive printer, top quality. They have this slicing software that's available to all types of printers. So you'll go here, and then it takes you to the software page, and if you read up on it, you can learn about what the software is going to do for you. So I'm going to download it for my Mac. If you have a Windows computer, you would want to look at the View All versions. And if you look at View All versions, it'll show you all the different software updates that they have, but also what platform it belongs to. So here's the Windows version and the latest. If you go down to Mac OS, this is the latest version for that. Now going back, you can see that they already have a 2.5 ready as a beta. So there might be some glitches and things like that, but that's why it's in the beta mode. That's why it's a beta version, because it's working out the kinks that it could possibly have. And once everything's worked out, then they'll release it as a full-on version. So I'm going to go ahead and go to download for free. I'm going to be hitting download free. And I'm just going to say I don't want to share any information. I have already entered my information here. If you want to say for educational use, you can add in the information. They'll ask you for your email, what school you work for, or what district you work for, and if you're interested in getting any updates or newsletters from the Ultimaker team. So I don't want to keep giving them my information. I'm just going to hit I don't want to share and download the software. Alright, so my download has been completed. I'm going to click on it, and I can click and drag it into my applications folder. Alright, it's in there. Open. Now that I've showed you how to get a Cura slicing software and showing you how easy it is to get it because it's free, what are you going to print? One website is Thingiverse. This is a great website where a community of people who own 3D printers and who enjoy creating 3D prints share what they have created. And you can see that in Thingiverse there's an education tab. And if you click on the education, you can choose what grade levels or what subject matter you would like to look for. I usually just go to K through 5 since I'm a third grade teacher. And then you can just look through all these different prints that are available. Pretty amazing. Now, just for fun, I'm going to print out a bowling pin. Well, why am I going to print a bowling pin? I have this coatable robot named Sphero. It's a sphere, and my students, when we do hour of code or whenever I have a coding station, I allow my students to code Sphero as a bowling ball to knock down the pins. So I'm going to show you how you can download a 3D print from Thingiverse and how I'm going to put it down into the Cura software. So I just click here, and I'm going to hit download all files. Now, Cura is up and running, and I'm going to choose my printer, and the printer I have is a Printrbot Play. So if you didn't see that before, these are all the different Ultimakers. But my printer is already on here, so all I have to do is go and find Printrbot Play, click on it, add the printer, and right here it shows you the build plate that your printer has. Now if I would have picked a different Printrbot, the build plate would be longer or bigger. So you just need to make sure you've clicked on the right one or you've entered in the right numbers or the settings for your build plate. So once you're done with that, there are some different settings that you can work with. Right here, the infill is like how strong you want your print to be, the inside of your prints. So if you have hollow, you know that the print won't be as strong as you would like. It'll be very weak. You can squeeze it, it'll start to break. Light, it's pretty good. You'll save up on some filament. It's still pretty strong, but I would recommend, if you are wanting some tough prints, things that will last, 50% is pretty good. I rarely ever go the full 100%. I say 20 to 50% is pretty good in strength. You can also go to custom, and then you can see the quality of your prints. So you can also change the infill in different increments. So I can do 21% instead of 20. I can do 30% instead of 20. The recommended infill are just suggestions, but you can always change it. And it just gives you a clear picture of what you're going to be choosing from. Material, PLA, it's suggested to be around 200 to 210. So I usually go around 205. Sometimes I go 210. Speed, I'll keep it right there. Cooling, leave that alone. Support, now it just depends. If I'm printing a sculpture or a model of some sort that's going to be pretty tall, I usually enable support and to touch build plate. Now if it's appendages like arms or like a cape, I would put support touching everywhere. And the build plate adhesion, I like the raft. I notice that my prints stick better to the bed when there's a raft. And all you have to do is just peel the raft off and throw it away. It is going to add more filament being used, but I feel like if you want a print to stick better onto your bed, raft is the way to go. And I don't have dual extrusion. My Printrbot Play only has one nozzle, so I don't have to worry about that. It's only going to print one color filament. And then special modes, I don't even use. I don't touch that. So when I'm ready and I'm going to drag a print, so I can either drag a print from the bowling pin from Thingiverse. I found it in my download files. You can, if you don't see the STL files anywhere, go ahead and click on Files, and then you'll have your STL files. Now, I like printing the bowling pins upright, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to click on it and drag it into Cura. And then I just wait for it to load on to Cura. Alright, so it's already loaded, and it's telling me that it's just a little bit big with the raft, so alright. So I'm pretty happy with what I'm seeing right now. I can scale it down just a bit. I might just do that. But if I'm happy with what I'm seeing, all I have to do is when my printer is connected, it'll give me an option to print with the USB. And I'm going to do that. Enjoy the time lapse. All right, here's the print. It's from the Printrbot Play, and it was at around 30% infill settings. And it's pretty tough. You can't break it in half. You can hit it on things and it won't break. Pretty tough. I've recommended white filament because students, after the print's done, they can color it in. So I can use my red marker and just color in that little red stripe that bowling pins have. And there you go. Hope you enjoyed that video. See you next time.